Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification so you're notified of when we upload new video content, which is always going to be on a regular basis. If you want us first to view, first to like, first to comment, first to share, and all that good stuff there. Alright, so this is a review on Aaliyah's album, Age Ain't Nothing But a Number, which is flipping interesting. You know why? Because as soon as I read that out, I already had the song in my head. And I was about to sing it. And I can't really sing, you know what I'm saying? But anyway. So that is a testament already. But anyway, so this is an album released back in '94. Yeah, so the artwork is very intriguing, and it's got her in the front, and which is interesting. She's, you know, got some shades on. She's actually wearing like a baggy type of top and stuff like that. And yeah, there's a guy in the background looking, like, but it's like he's kind of blurred out. Allegedly, that's R. Kelly, and if it is R. Kelly, it would make sense because he produced and wrote most of the tracks on this album, I believe. So that's not a problem. I mean, because of, in fact, I won't even go into that. I'll just leave it at that. Yeah, so the artwork is very intriguing from that standpoint. Because obviously, look, when you're like, you like to look on like your protege, be like, I helped produced this artist. I'm looking on, you understand? And yeah, so that is, it's very intriguing. And we won't go into what he's wearing. That doesn't make sense. It's blurred out anyway. That just shows you the focus should be on Aaliyah, and that's what we should focus on. So anyway, there is 13 tracks. So let's go into them. There's the intro, Throw Your Hands Up, Back and Forth, Age Ain't Nothing But a Number, Down with the Click, At Your Best, You Are Love, No One Knows How to Love Me Quite Like You Do, I'm So Into You, Street Thing, Young Nation, Old School, I'm Down, Back and Forth, feature Mr. Lee and R. Kelly's remix. So not a lot of features, which is what generally when it comes to albums, there shouldn't really be that much features anyway, but it helps. But yeah, I mean, overall, I'll go into the overall bit. I just want to go into one song. If it's in context of our context, it is what it is. And I am going to say, yeah, no one knows how to love me quite like you do. Because, actually, no, Back and Forth. Let me go for Back and Forth. When it comes to dating and relationships in general, there are a lot of back and forth. So you had those little arguments. There's some huge arguments that happen. So you go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Is what it is. You make up, you break, well, you break up, you make up, you do all that type of stuff there. However, let me tell you something. The mistake I've made in relationships and what I understand now is, you know, never argue with a woman. So I know my role as a man. You understand? So if you're a woman watching this, there are women that they will try and take, if you're a man watching this, women will try and take you out of your character, take you out of your masculine frame. They don't necessarily do it like consciously, but it's like an unconscious thing in some cases. Like, it is what it is, but you just can't come out of like character. You gotta be a man. You gotta stand your ground. It's not about letting her have her way. Don't get it twisted. But it's about reacting like a man. You understand? So even if she's shouting and screaming at you and all that stuff there, yeah, I know it can be irritating. But if you know how to handle her, you understand? There's levels to it. You don't have to have a shouting and screaming match with her. Let her have a, get me, let her have a, let her blow her steam. Get me, because it's just like a kettle, yeah? What happens with kettles? You put it to boil, right? It boils for a while, and after a while what happens? After a while it stops boiling. And if you just leave the kettle for a certain point of time, guess what happens? The water you put in the kettle cools down. Then it goes cold. Then, do you understand? So that's essentially like women when it comes to arguments. Even with guys, see, in fact, I won't even mention guys. But anyway, look, so click the link in the description box below where it says become a member of the Akabulan Trust. When you do that, you get access to online courses such as roles and relationships. Yeah? That is where you're going to learn exactly how relationships work in general, like the real truth, the real art of how relationships work. Plus, on top of that, you learn your nature as a man, if you're a man watching this, and develop yourself as a thoroughbred alpha male. And if you're a woman watching this, you will learn how to develop yourself as a pure feminine woman, and you'll learn exactly what your nature is as a woman, especially in a relationship. Yeah, so, yeah, you don't have to continue doing that back and forth thing. Yeah. And, yeah, let's get back into this album. I'm giving this album a 10 out of 10. And the reason why I give it a 10 out of 10 is because this album aged well. Because considering this was back in 94, it aged well. Like, there's some albums that don't age well. But this album aged well. I like the majority of the tracks on this album. And the fact that from the get-go, I was already thinking of the song Age Ain't Nothing But a Number. I'm thinking about the hook. I'm thinking about the production. Like, I'm thinking about it like I wanted to sing it. Do you get it? So when you got that, when artists have that grasp on a song, trust me, that's how you know it's a classic. So this for me, I believe it's a classic album, classic R&B album of the 90s. If I was gonna rate this, I could do like a top 10 R&B albums of the 90s. This would be in the top 10. Easy. So yeah, listen, the album, the link is in the description box below, so go listen to that, go stream that, and if you can get contact with her uncle Barry, I think, what's his name again, Barry Hankerson or something mad like that, not mad, but Barry Hankerson, like, badger him to get the release on most of her other albums that are, like, come on, man, for fuck's sake. But anyway, if you got any questions or any topics you'd like for us to discuss, leave that in the comment section below. And remember, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification, because you never know, the video you suggest might just be next.